Honorable Senators, order, Honorable Senators. I don't understand who is sitting here. Can we move and allow only Senator Aniri for one side and Senator Gangata to stand here? A lot of us are really standing here, and this is not correct. Yes, before the clerks continue, I want everybody else to sit. If you have voted, please go and sit. Only Senator Aniri and Senator Gangata. Please allow social distancing even if you're on the queue. Please, Waragura, we need you after this. I know they have not voted, but that line seems to be too congested also.
Can you wear the mask?
Senator Angata, can we see your mask on, please? Please sit if you have voted. It helps. Honorable Senators, I'm seeing more crowding again. Can we please disperse and give each other distance? Please, let's respect one another. Senators, can we have only those who have not voted, please, at the front? If you have voted, check. Those who voted electronically have a right to check in case their electronic vote did not work. Honorable Senators, if you voted electronically, please check. We are receiving errors already. Just check. And if you have checked and you have voted, please leave the desk. Senator Kangata. Senator Kangata and Senator Niri, your job is to observe, not to campaign.
It's cajoling people to vote in a particular way.
That's why I said, can we move? Can everybody else move except two people? Can everybody move? Because we are having problems also of intimidation when you have too many people crowding. Why does everybody want to know who other members voted? What other members voted for? Honorable Senators. Honorable Senators, can we stop the process? Honorable Senators, we want the tellers only 2 people. Can the rest of the senators take their seats, please? Also, it is partly intimidation when you want to know where people have voted. So please move out of. We want the tellers only 2 people. Yes, I allowed the member who abstained to now vote in the direction they want. And I said there were 2 abstentions, just in case the other one was also an error. You have a right to vote. Thank you, Senators. But if you can allow the members the 2 tellers to count for us. Okay, can we allow the clerks and the tellers to go through? Honorable Senators, please take your seats. Take your seats. Take your seats. Take your seats, Honorable Senators. And if you came from the other chamber, you may go back after your vote. Honorable Senators, can we now allow the clerks to count with the tellers only? Counting? Oh. Senator Murkomen, please allow Ganiri to do his work. Here. Please allow only 2 people. Now the clerks will call you if you are not okay. Please sit down. Please take your seats. Thank you.
There's a problem, social distancing here. Okay, take your seats, honorable senators. Okay, take your seats. Honorable senators, these are the results. Take your seats. The ayes have 29, the noes 29, abstentions 0. This takes us to Article 122. 2A, which states, on a question proposed for decision in either house, A, the speaker has no vote, and B, in the case of a tie, the question is lost, which means the question to adjourn has been lost And therefore, we proceed to the next order. Order, senators. Order, senators. Order, senators. Observe social distance. Senator Kangata and the Senator. First, order. Order, members. Order, order, order. You'll have to remove your card so that I'm able to tell. Remove your card so that I'm able to. Remove all your cards. Okay? Bas. We now, Senator Petronila Were, so that, what's your point of order, Senator Sakaja?
Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, sir. The vote has been taken and we accept. But Mr. Speaker, there's a question that was raised in this House. Mr. Speaker, you've heard the content and the feeling of all the members from both sides about the true intention of the happenings of the last 24 hours. Mr. Speaker, Standing Order 78 of our standing orders is very clear. Mr. Speaker, there was a question that was raised earlier of correspondence that Senator Kithure, Professor Abraham Kithure Kindiki, an alumni of a great school called the Duke of York, later Christian Lenana School, said, Mr. Speaker, I'm on a point of order. No. He's on a point of order. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker.
Order, members. Order, members.
Mr. Speaker, I know what they're guarding. Yes. You know, last time we said some people ran away with the ball. When the goal is being scored, you run with the ball. And then we said, and I withdraw those comments of the referee training with one team. That is not here now. Mr. Speaker, my brother Malala Wahungu wrote a letter withdrawing his delegation. Mr. Speaker, my other brother, the senator, I'm on a point of order. I'm on a point of order. Mr. Speaker, you can raise a point of order at any point. We've also been in this house. Yeah, we've been in both houses. Mr. Speaker, the senator for Bomet, Langat, and if you look at the videos, Mr. Speaker, he has just been received so emotionally by his wife and children in Bomet. He said, as the senator for Bomet, elected, he has withdrawn his vote and he's withdrawn his delegation. Mr. Speaker, you must rule to us now whether our standing orders have changed or whether, Mr. Speaker, I have a delegation of 7. In my letter, the first person who votes if I'm not there when they arrest me tomorrow, because I've just been informed I'm in the list, it's okay, is Senator Faria. If Senator Faria is not there, it is Senator Beth Mugo. If Senator Beth Mugo is not there, it's Senator Millicent Omanga, Mama Miradi. And if Senator Beth Omanga is not there, there is no vote. But today, Mr. Speaker, I can delegate it. I can say if I'm not there, there is no one delegated to vote on my behalf. Those are the rules. So, Mr. Speaker, as we proceed on Senator Were's, because I'm raising this because we are discussing now, you have read out the next
order. Senator Murkomen.
Mr. Speaker, you have read out the next order. And the next order is Senator Were's amendment, and Senator Were's amendment will be voted on. We want to know who is going to vote on behalf of Malala, who is going to vote on behalf of Bomet. Mr. Speaker, I humbly ask that you give us direction on that, because also, last time people ran with the ball, now they've ran with the strikers. So just tell us who is going to make the decision on behalf of those two counties, so that we determine how we are going to move ahead as a house. We have rules. Our rules are not suggestions. Our rules are the rules, and those are our standing order. Mr. Speaker, I humbly ask that you make that, without further debate, that you make that determination, and we are sure you will make the right determination. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Kangata, what's your point of order?
Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 31, Sabbatical 3 and 4, that Senate does resolve to extend its sitting time and until the closure of business. I ask Senator Orengo to support me. Thank you.
Order, senators. Order, senators. Order. What's your point of order, Senator Murkomen?
Mr. Speaker, thank you. Mr. Speaker, it was Senator Orengo again this morning who, Mr. Speaker, said that we must move sequentially. Mr. Speaker, there was a point of order raised by Senator Sakaja. A very important point of order on, Mr. Speaker, the voting capacity of the members of delegation of Bomet and Kakamega. Mr. Speaker, Senator Orengo, you cannot have your cake and eat it. You had your time at my age. Allow us also to have our time. Yeah, so you don't interrupt us.
So order,
Mr. Speaker.
Order, Senator.
Mr. Speaker.
Order, senators. What's your point of order?
I'm on a point of order. I'm on a point of order.
Order, leader.
I am on a point of order.
Order. Leader, he's on a point of order.
I am on a point of order.
Yes, order, senators. Order.
But I'm on a point of order.
Order.
I am on a point of order.
Order, Senator Orengo. Order, Senator Orengo. He's on a point of order. He is on a point of order.
I am on a point of order.
He's on a point of order, Senator Orengo.
Yeah. You will have your time.
He's on a point of order.
You will have your time.
Okay. He's on a point of order. Okay.
Senator Orengo.
Senator Murkomen.
Senator Orengo, please. Please. You have made me point of reference in this house 100 times. So please.
Senator Murkomen, focus on your point of order.
Mr. Speaker, yeah, I'm focusing on what I came to do here. Mr. Speaker, you remember in my contributions earlier, and you were on the chair, that the withdrawal of 3 senators has had consequences on the motion that we just voted. And you remember in my contribution, Mr. Speaker, I said that it must be clear to this House before we progress that the letters that were written by Senator Langat and Senator Malala, which were received in your office, Mr. Speaker, must first be recognized to determine, Mr. Speaker, whether the motive that we have all debated in this House of arresting all these 3 senators had something to do with delegating their vote, and then someone else will vote against their will. And Mr. Speaker, those senators are very clear. Senator Langat actually wrote a second letter. After writing one in June, he repeated another one today, that is asking the Speaker that no member of his delegation can vote on his behalf. So why is this important? I know Senator Rengo off the record was trying to say, we are not yet there. We are there, Mr. Speaker, and let me convince you why. Mr. Speaker, we are there because we are now moving to a motion that concerns counties.
What is your point of order, Senator?
And if it's a motion concerning counties, Mr. Speaker, my point of order is that, Mr. Speaker, we are requesting you to first make the ruling, Mr. Speaker, on the question of a substantial question of whether Senator Milko, Senator Sionga, Senator Msuruve will vote on behalf of Malala and Langat, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Mtula Kilonzo Jr.
Mr. Speaker, I need your attention.
Senator Mtula Kilonzo Jr.
Mr. Speaker, this event happened in this Senate, the last session. And Mr. Speaker, when Senator Obure delegated his vote, a senator who used to sit at the back, where Senator Wakarura is now, sneaked in just after the bell. And Mr. Speaker, we then raised a point of order at the time and requested for a determination. But at that point, Mr. Speaker, it was already too late. It was already too late to raise that objection. There was a second senator who used to sit here. The senator of Samburu used to sit here. Leshore. Senator Leshore left chamber and delegated his vote by SMS, Mr. Speaker, to then Senator Lesuda, Naisula Lesuda. We raised a point of order at the time, but the Speaker ruled us out of order because we raised the point of order after the fact. Therefore, Mr. Speaker...
Senator Mutula.
Sorry.
I have to cut you short.
Oh, sorry.
Because the motion that has been moved to extend is time-bound. Let it be... We'll come back to... We'll come back. Because come back. If we don't extend, then we'll not discuss.
It's okay. It's okay, guys. It's okay.
So let us... who is seconding?
So I'm still on the floor, Speaker.
Okay. Then we'll come back to this.
Mr. Speaker, I want to say this in seconding this motion. Let us not debate in fear. In fact, a lot of people where you're going, probably you're going on the same path. But let's do things correctly and sequentially. And the question of whether some delegations here have a right to vote, members of delegation, that is a question we're going to deal with. But a motion has been moved. It has not been seconded. It has not been proposed. And then in the middle of it, you're dealing with another order, which has not been called. Because this motion, you allowed Senator Kangata to move the motion, and before the seconder was called upon, I was not allowed to second. So, Mr. Speaker, all I want to say, this is a procedural motion, and I think even the issues that are being raised on whether a member of the delegation can vote without designation or whether there's been a revocation, that is an important question that we're going to deal with. And some people have evidence that we don't have yet. So, Mr. Speaker, I second this motion so that the time be extended, then we can allow debate on this very pertinent question. Even for me, I'm just one person from Siaya. And it is very important to know what happened in circumstances where I'm not here, and if I can actually appoint somebody to vote on my behalf. So, Mr. Speaker, I support, and since it's a procedural motion, I urge you to put the question, we vote on it.
Order, senators. Are you directing the speaker on what to do? Let's have some order. Order, senators. Order. We are at the tail end of this process. Let us not, this is a procedural motion, let us not bungle it up. I propose the question, which is that the Senate extends its sitting time until conclusion of business at order number 2. I put the question. What's your point? Okay, what's your point of order? Senator Chariot. Okay, Senator Chariot. Okay.
Speaker, what you are about
Senator
to do...
Murkomen, you are not on the floor.
Speaker, Mr. Speaker, what you are about to do has never happened in any parliament anywhere in the world. Not in a Commonwealth Parliament, Mr. Speaker. Anytime a speaker proposes the question, you must look up the screen and see if there are members who want to contribute.
Yes.
And many of us want to contribute to this motion.
I'm looking
so
at it.
allow us the privilege to contribute. Then you now put the question.
So, honorable senators, you'll have to remove your card so that I know who wants to contribute to this. The screen is full. The screen is full. Oh, okay. Senator Haniri George.
Mr. Speaker, I rise to vehemently oppose the extension of this House as moved by Senator Minority Leader. Mr. Speaker, I think this is now becoming a circus, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, order, senators. Order. Order, senators. Order.
Mr. Speaker, this is becoming a circus, Mr. Speaker. I oppose the motion for extension for the simple reason that we had earlier adjourned because of our colleagues, our 3 colleagues who were incarcerated. And the reasons that we gave is that the matter before the Senate today on allocation of revenue to counties is such an important role of this House that we cannot allow, Mr. Speaker, that we proceed with that motion in the absence of our colleagues who would have wished to be here, who woke up early in the morning to be here with us. But, Mr. Speaker, because of other forces out there, they are not here with us. They are not here with us because they have been arrested on some flimsy charges. Charges that are available, Mr. Speaker. I went to Senator Malala's house, and we tried to plead with the DCIO, that were, the officers that were there, that this has a very important duty today, a very important role today to play in the Senate. You allow him to go to the Senate, he will present himself tomorrow or after the session. Mr. Speaker, that was rejected. The whole essence, the whole purpose of arresting these 3 senators, you can see it is coming out now very clear. If the government of the day wants its motion to go through, because we know it is supported by the government of the day, there are better ways of doing it. You can convince people, but you cannot throw people in jail so that you pass the motion when they're in jail so that they're not in a position to vote. Mr. Speaker, this is wrong. It is unacceptable. We must oppose this to the end and insist that we can only vote on this motion when our colleagues are released. Mr. Speaker, I vehemently oppose.
Senator Kimani wa Matangi.
Okay, Mr. Speaker, I could just Just speak for me. Mr. Speaker.
Senator, order. Senator Kangata. Order, senators. The world is watching you.
Mr. Speaker.
What's your point of order, Senator Wambua?
Mr. Speaker, I draw your attention, Mr. Speaker, to Standing Order number 116. The Speaker, since morning, the Senator of Murang'a, the whip on the majority side, has disrupted debate over and over and over again. The Speaker, can you invoke the provisions of Standing Order number 116 and bring it to bear on the Senator for Murang'a, Mr. Speaker? The matters we are discussing here, Mr. Speaker, are serious matters. And the way he has been behaving since morning, Mr. Speaker, I implore the chair to invoke the provisions of Standing Order number 116 so that it serves as a lesson to him and other senators, Mr. Speaker. I thank you, Speaker.
Order, senators. Order, senators. I know our sugar levels may be going down, but let us try to maintain our integrity. Senator Kangata, I want to caution you that please conduct yourself in a manner befitting a senator, so that we are able to conduct this business to the end. Senator Kimani.
Mr. Speaker, there is nothing that would be more controversial, Mr. Speaker, or I don't want to call it deceitful, because I want to use good language, but with the questions that have been put to you, Mr. Speaker, for determination, and the importance of it, which was raised by the same senators who are saying, Mr. Speaker, that you should not extend time and have this matter discussed, then what are we saying? Is it a cat and mouse game? You know, what kind of ball are we playing, Mr. Speaker? You know, because we have to be sincere, Mr. Speaker. People must be sincere, Mr. Speaker. There are issues that have been put for determination here, Mr. Speaker. The matter here, Mr. Speaker, and people, when they come to equity, must come with clean hands, Mr. Speaker. Because when we say that we want to have those matters discussed, Mr. Speaker,
order,
we have to ensure, Mr. Speaker, then that happens. Give a determination. We need to extend time, put all these matters to rest, Mr. Speaker, and let this House go on recess when all the business before us in the order paper is prosecuted, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Senator Olekina.
Mr. Speaker, sir, this is a very interesting time. Mr. Speaker, sir, the issue at hand is an issue that affects 47 counties. Mr. Speaker, sir, every county, regardless of the number of people who live in that county, are represented by one senator. Lamu, which has a population of 101, has one senator. Nairobi, which has a population of 4 million, has got one senator. This is a matter which is not something that can be played around with. This is a matter that requires the senator of that county to be here so that he can be able to fulfill his constitutional mandate. Mr. Speaker, sir, this is the only thing that a senator can actually stand up and say, I have done so. I have fulfilled the mandate. It will be unconstitutional, Mr. Speaker, sir, for us to continue discussing issues that relate to county number, is it 22? County Samburu, county of Bomet, who are my neighbors, and county of Kakamega, Mr. Speaker, sir, when the senators are not here. I've looked at the standing orders, and it is very clear. When we continue talking and talking and talking, Mr. Speaker, sir, you said it clearly, our sugar levels are going down. We've been here since morning. In the last two instances where you, in your wisdom, decided to prioritize the issue of COVID, you know, we have senior citizens here. we have Senator Haji, whom I respect a lot. On the other hand, we also have, he's now on the phone, who is Attorney General Emeritus. He's also old. Mr. Speaker, sir, this issue of COVID is serious. And the more we sit here the whole day, last week, Mr. Speaker, sir, I raised the issue of the House business sitting, having physical meetings. I received inboxes telling me it is Nikubaya. In fact, those are the words. Then why are we pretending? Are we saying that COVID is not real? Are we saying that we can sit here the whole day, from morning to evening, discussing? Thank you. And I'm glad you raised it. I was actually waiting for you to do that. You know, I was waiting for you to do that. And thank you, Majority Leader. If there's anything you've done today which makes me happy, is to remind me to protect myself. Now, Mr. Speaker, sir, I want to beseech you to listen to these honorable members. We are sick and tired of getting into a fight with the executive. We should be people who should be sitting here and we make our own decision. Let us not allow people from outside to control ourselves. We are being controlled by a remote control. Mr. Speaker, sir, I want to oppose the extension of time because we've been playing musical chairs here. We come here, we talk about one Kenya, but there are some people who have an imaginary view of what one Kenya is. You know, Mr. Speaker, sir, when I was seated there, it dawned on me that I wish I was here. I was in America then, when people were writing the Constitution in Naivasha. I would have made sure there is a provision that can allow counties to secede if they so desire. Mr. Speaker, sir, we are here, 47 delegations. All those 47 delegations must be here to determine the issue of revenue. If we try to leapfrog, or rather to rush things, what is going to happen, Mr. Speaker, sir, is that we are going to deny the people of Kakamega their right. We are going to deny the people of Bomet their rights. And we're also going to deny the poor of Samburu, who for the last 57 years have been treated like they don't exist. Today, their senator arrested because of some flimsy charges. I wish they were telling us they have gone to arrest those people who are stealing money of the dead, the COVID millionaires, not our honorable colleagues. So, Mr. Speaker, sir, I want to request my dear brothers here and sisters, just the way you voted for us to continue and not to adjourn, today I want to ask you to vote also for us to have another day. When our colleagues are here, we can get their wisdom. We can hear why they support or oppose. But when we rush things, there's nothing we are getting. Mr. Speaker, sir, this is not going to help this country. It is not going to help the executive. Neither is it going to help the judiciary. We must vote. We must decide issues when the 47 delegations are here. You've been invited, Mr. Speaker, sir, to make a ruling on who should vote for Bomet and who should vote for Kakamega. But before we could even contribute on that, there comes the distinguished senator, the majority whip, who decides, no, let's do this. Let us extend time. I mean, we need to think. And I think it is about time that as honorable colleagues, I beseech you that we think about this Kenya when we are not here. Because we think as if we, even if today I give my brother Linturi, even if I give you 1 billion shillings and tell you kula ileo, you will not finish it. And even if you had the magic and you are able to consume all that money, you know where it will go to waste. So on a very serious matter, I want to remind all of you that we are here because of our counties. We are not here because of a few individuals. You know, some of us have been ranting out there, but we are not afraid to stand here and tell people that, you know, what goes around comes around. You know, it will come back again, and it will come back to bite you. And it will bite you so dearly. I love what Senator Kasanga said today. The Bible talks about a curse of 4 generations. So as we sit down here today to determine whether to extend debate or not, I want you to remember one thing. We're also human beings. And sometimes we get to, a position where all you want to see is justice. It is that time now. Kenyans have been oppressed for a very long time. I want to assure Kenyans out there, and particularly the residents of Bomet County, the residents of Kakamega, and the residents of Samburu, that as I stand here, I will defend your right. And I'll defend the right of your senator to be here. Because I think maybe it was out of genius that only the elected leaders can be able to vote on matters that affect countries.
Senator Ledama,
so Mr. Speaker, I was waiting for your attention, and thank you for giving me more time. I vehemently oppose this issue of extending time. Let us go home. Let us sit down. My leader always tells me, Orengo, now let's talk about it. Pole, 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 pole. And my father, Haji, always tells me, pole, pole, okay. Pia mimi naambia pole, pole. Thank you.
Senator Nderitu Kinywa. Okay. Kinywa, then Senator Kindiki. Senator Kinywa. Senator Kindiki.
No. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I commend you for your patience today. Mr. Speaker, sir, I will go straight to saying the following. Whichever way the adjournment or rather whichever way the request to proceed with business goes, that's neither here nor there. What I want to do is under Standing Order 78, and based on the standing order raised by my brother, my junior Senator Sakaja from the Duke of York School, I would like to table, for the record, Mr. Speaker, I had promised to do so, I didn't. One, the letter of Senator Cleophas Malala, Member of Parliament, Senator for Kakamega, Deputy Minority Leader, to you, received today in your office, Mr. Speaker, and a letter from Senator Dr. Langat, received in your office today, Mr. Speaker, I table.
Senator, Majority Leader, have you been overtaken by events? You are off mic.
So Professor Kindiki has tabled a document in the middle of another motion which is different and is transacting something else. That's just while he managed to sneak that in. Speaker, I don't think it's properly before you.
Order. You know, in the course of your debate, you can table anything to support your argument. So I think it's not out of order. What's your point of order, Senator Wamatangi?
Mr. Speaker, I absolutely have a lot of respect for my colleague, Senator Kithure Kindiki. And indeed, you have ruled correctly that a senator can table documents in the course of a debate. But what requires, Mr. Speaker, to be substantiated is, yes, Senator Kindiki intends to table those documents, Mr. Speaker, from the relevant senators who address them to you, Mr. Speaker. What would be of essence, too, is a letter also authorizing him to act on behalf of those senators, Mr. Speaker. Because, you know, the question, Mr. Speaker, is simple. The question, Mr. Speaker, is simple. Senator Kithure Kindiki is the senator for the county of Tharaka Nithi. Mr. Speaker, if you are going to admit, and I have no problem, Mr. Speaker, with the decision you make, or even you admitting, but to reach the threshold of proof of authenticity, it would be important, Mr. Speaker, that you also be notified either by those senators who would either call you or they designate him to bring those letters.
Okay.
Mr. Speaker, how would you or this House authenticate that those letters and indeed those instructions are from those senators, Mr. Speaker?
Order, Senator. Order, Senator. I just want to. I'll be making a ruling on that, and I want to confirm that I've received the letters. They are with me here, and I will be making a ruling on that. Honorable Senators, we have to make a decision by 6:30. So I want to seek your intelligence that I put the question so that we are able to vote and know whether we are proceeding or not. So, Honorable Senators, I put the question, which is that the Senate extends its sitting time until conclusion of business at order number 2. So we will vote by roll call. It is faster, so that it is faster. So I ask that the bell be rung for 1 minute. Let's have a teller from each side. Okay, order, Senators. There is, we are going to start voting. So take your seats. Take your seats. Take your seats. Take your seats. We can, Senators, let us observe social distance.
Honorable Senators.
Order, Senators.
Honorable Senators, division.
Get us the tellers, please, for both sides. Tell us. Yeah. Tell us. They tell us yes, Senator Kibiru. No, Senator who? Senator who? Kabaka.
Okay, Honorable Senators, division. Senator Adan Dulo Fatuma. Senator Adan Dulo Fatuma. Please.
I vote no.
Yeah. No. Okay, you can. You are taking.
Yes.
You are.
Yes, Senator Kangata, please.
Senator Ali Abdullahi Ibrahim.
I vote no.
Senator Boy Issa Juma. Please come to the dispatch.
Yes. Yes. I'm telling you.
I vote no.
Senator Chebeni Masi. Chebeni Masi. Senator Cherarke Samson Kiprotich. Senator Cherarke Samson Kiprotich. Senator Cheriot Aaron Kipkirui.
I vote no.
Senator Gona Christine Zawadi.
I vote no.
Senator Haji Farhia Ali.
I vote no.
Senator Haji Mohammed Yusuf.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I vote no.
Senator Halake Abshiro Soka.
Mr. Speaker, I vote no.
Senator Hagura Godana. Senator Hargura Godana. Senator Iman Falhada Deko.
I strongly say NO, capital NO, no.
Senator Imana Malakai Charles Ekal. Senator Inima Gertrude Musuruwe.
I vote yes.
Senator Kabaka Boniface Mutinda.
No.
Senator Kajwang Moses Otieno. Senator Kajwang.
I vote yes.
Senator Kamar Margaret Jepkoech.
Must get the money now.
Senator Kangata Irongo.
Vote
I
yes.
vote
Yes.
Senator Kasanga Sylvia Mweni. Senator Haniri George.
Mr. Speaker, emphatic no.
Senator Kefiro Charles Robinson.
Mr. Speaker, I vote yes.
Senator Kehika Susan Wakarura.
Mr. Speaker, I vote yes.
Senator Kilonzo Mutula Jr.
I vote no.
Senator Kimani Wamatangi Paul.
I vote yes.
Senator Kindiki Kithure.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I vote no.
Senator Kirenyaga Ephraim Mwangi Maina.
Mr. Speaker, I vote yes.
Senator Langat Christopher Andrew. Senator Langat Christopher Andrew. Senator Lelegwe Ltumbesi. Senator Linturi Franklin Mithika. Senator Linturi Franklin Mithika.
For the adjournment, we are voting no. Yes.
Senator Loitiptip Anwar.
I vote yes.
Senator Locorio Petronila Were.
Yes. Yes.
Senator Mazayo Stewart Mwachiru.
I vote no.
Senator Mahamud Mohamed Maalim.
I vote no.
Senator Makori Beatrice Kwamboka.
I vote yes.
Senator Malala Cleophas Wahungu. Senator Masitsa Naomi Shionga.
I vote yes.
Senator Mbito Michael Malinga.
I vote yes.
Senator Mbogo George Ochilo Ayako.
I vote yes.
Senator Milgo Alice Chepkorir.
I vote yes.
Senator Mogeni Eric Okongo.
Madam Speaker, Mr. Speaker, I vote no.
Senator Moi Gideon Kipsielei Toet.
Yes.
Senator Mpaei Philip Salau.
I vote yes.
Senator Mugo Beth Wamboi. Senator Murkomen Onesimus Kipchumba.
I vote no.
Senator Mwangi Paul Githiomi.
Mr. Speaker, I vote capital yes.
Senator Mwaruma Jones Mwashushe.
Mr. Speaker, I vote no.
Senator Mwaora Isaac.
I vote yes.
Senator Mwinyi Haji Mohamed Faki.
Mr. Speaker, I vote no.
Senator Nderito John Kinywa.